We did this while still keeping our promise to the people, making the largest state payment to the pension fund in history this year. Remember, in the 10 years before we arrived in office, governors of both parties put a total of $2.4 billion into the pension program, a total of $2.4 billion. In our 5 years in office, half that time, we put more than double that in the pension program, $5.3 billion. The reforms we enacted together are going to save New Jersey's state and local governments $122 billion in the 30 years from 2011 to 2041. So together, we've begun to clean up the mess of the past. But this simply is not enough. While New Jersey's economy has been improving and revenue has increased by nearly 20% from fiscal year 12 to fiscal year 15, it's impossible for any economy to grow at the rate needed to cover this ever-mounting pension, health, and debt service costs. Think about this. More than 60% of the increased revenue during the last 3 years is being eaten up by these costs. All of you have great ideas of things you want to do to make New Jersey stronger and more competitive. So do I. If we do not get this tiger by the tail, none of it will happen. On the spending side, outside of pension, health, and debt service, our discretionary spending, as I told you, is $2.2 billion lower in this budget than it was 7 years ago. That's unprecedented. We have controlled the size and the scope of government. 5 years of fiscal restraint and common sense has led us to a significantly smaller government without sacrificing the quality of the services we provide. Now, there will be some that would say that the answer is to raise taxes. Not only is that an unfair solution, but it isn't really a solution at all. We cannot raise taxes enough to pay for the exploding costs of public employee pension and benefits, not to mention the burden it would place on our already overburdened taxpayers. Even though the historic 2011 reforms we enacted together immediately reduced New Jersey's state and local unfunded pension liabilities by 32% when I signed that bill, it just does not go far enough. Without additional reforms, New Jersey taxpayers still owe $52 billion to fully fund the pension. You heard that number right. $52 billion to fully fund the pension after our reforms. With our long-term obligations only set to increase in the coming years, the problem will not go away by itself. We cannot wish it away. We cannot make it go away by magic. What we must do is what we were sent here to do by the people, to lead and to act decisively once again.